Forgiveness is kind of an odd topic, kind of difficult to discuss and understand. I like to think of forgiveness as forgiving yourself. I like to put that as the main subject when talking about forgiveness. So I find it kind of more difficult to forgive other people. It's still difficult to forgive yourself as well, but forgiving yourself will help to integrate your life and help you to love yourself and raise your vibration and to ground yourself and to know that you don't have to worry so much about the shame and guilt. You can forgive yourself for those bad times in your life. So I like to think of forgiveness kind of along the lines of judging. So don't judge yourself. In order to forgive yourself, you have to not judge yourself. So the outside world is only a reflection of the inner world. Therefore, it is kind of important, I guess, to forgive others and not judge others. But to expect others to not do it again is kind of an unrealistic expectation. You can't control other people. You can control yourself. So take me, for example. Don't forgive me. I know I've done bad things. Like, I hurt people. I stab people. Maybe not literally. Maybe literally. And I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So don't forgive me. Go ahead and judge me. But don't judge yourself. Honestly, kind of when you start forgiving yourself and not judging yourself, there's kind of a cup overflowing effect, and you end up being able to forgive others more. But the first step, the change starts from within. So don't judge yourself. You can choose to not stab people. You cannot tell me to not stab people. I will do as I choose. But you can choose to not take your life in that direction. When I can forgive myself and not judge myself, it helps me to integrate, to see that my darkness is my light. Kind of goes into the idea of growing from your pain. So we all have trauma in our life, some way bigger than others and some not as big as others, but either way, trauma is still nonetheless trauma, and we actually all have aspects of PTSD in us because of that trauma, whether it be from childhood trauma or the trauma that happened yesterday, the job loss or the marriage loss or the child loss. And we can allow that pain to hurt us, which is kind of normal. It's kind of what we all just do. We allow the pain to bring us down. But we can also allow that pain to heal us. And I've been doing a lot of healing, kind of like shadow work and inner child work. There's a lot of different kinds of work that you can do to be able to forgive yourself more, integrate yourself more, not judge yourself as much. And I like that we have free will and we can choose whether we want our trauma to hurt or heal us. coming back to the present moment, and maybe even into the future a little bit, I like to tell myself that whatever I do, in order to forgive myself, I say whatever I do is not wrong. It's not bad. It is actually right, and it is good. And when I can do that, I can not judge myself, and I can forgive myself a lot easier if I can believe that it is right. So let's say I shoot a YouTube video and it's kind of crappy, and I can tell myself I just spent a half hour getting ready and filming this video, and it turned out ridiculous, and I'm not posting this, and I can choose to say that that hurts me and it brought me down because I wasted 30 minutes of my life. Or I can say, I can look at it in a different light and see how it is actually healing me, and it is not wrong, and that time was not wasted because I actually grew from that experience. I found things that were wrong that I didn't want to do in my YouTube video, and I learned from it, and I grew with it, and it only makes me stronger. It only makes me better. Now, sometimes I do choose to allow my pain to hurt me and stay in a vibe of lack and kind of get away from the idea of my abundance. And that's when I ground myself, use my water and ground myself. You know I have to take a drink. So, let me tell you about some ways that I have stabbed people, because I'm so good at that. It's so easy. So, I have cheated people. A lot of people. And like I said, I'm not going to change that anytime soon. Oh God, no one's going to love me now. I've cheated in marriage, of course. And I did at one point allow that to bring me down, and now I let go of it. I don't care about it. And I can see that it was right. And it was not wrong. It was good. It was not bad. And it made me into the person I am today. And I am super happy about that. Super thrilled. I know I did bad. And I'm just not going to hold on to it. I'm not going to remember it. I'm not going to replay that in my mind. Because the man that I cheated on is now my best asset. And always will be, hopefully. He's great. He's awesome. And we love each other. And he doesn't hold it against me. He forgave me way before I forgave myself. But being able to come out of that trauma and not allow it to hold me back is beautiful. I also cheated my parents. They said, "Don't do that." And guess what I did? Almost every time. I mean, I did want to please my parents. I was a good kid. But I did things that they said not to do. I cheated. I like to think of cheating as betraying trust. So I cheated on my parents by going behind their back, going out to Bourbon Street. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely grew from that. It taught me a lot. But I did cheat my parents, and they do still love me, and I still love them, and they forgave me. Not that they really had a choice. Just kidding. Of course they have a choice. And you know, I forgave them. I guess, for looking at it as though it was a bad thing. I cheat my friends. I betray their trust sometimes. I was just talking to my friend's child, and I guess I said something that she didn't really want me to say. And at the time, I didn't think it would be a problem. And we kind of talked about it, but we love each other and forgive each other and accept each other and don't have to hold on to that. You know, she said probably shouldn't do that, and I said sorry. I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries, but we kind of discipline each other's kids in the ways that we feel fit, and we trust each other in that. And so even that little betrayal, that little cheating that I did on my friend, we can both let go of it because we've been both together learning how to let go of things and strengthening our friendship regardless of the betrayal. And last but definitely not least, I cheat on my children. They are my world, they are my everything, and I love them so much. But sometimes I just have to take a break from them, and they don't like it. They feel cheated out of mom's love. Like, you're my mom. Shouldn't you be there for me all the time when I need you every single time? And, like, I really want to be, but it's just not super realistic. That's why they have a dad and a grandma and an aunt and friends. So I can do as much as I can, but I can't put myself off for them. And so, yeah, sometimes I have to cheat on my children by, I don't know, binge watching Netflix instead of helping them with their problem. Or I need to spend some time with my friends and not give my time to my kids right now because I need adult time. I need me time. Sometimes I need to take a shower, God forbid. Like, I have to betray my kids every day, and thank God now I can forgive myself for it, not hold on to it, not attach to it, not identify with the fact that I am a cheater. Because, just like the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, I can be a cheater and a trustworthy person at the same time. I believe that's all I had to say for today about forgiving yourself. Hopefully some of this resonated with you and you can find ways to forgive yourself. If you have any other ideas on ways to forgive yourself, hit me up, let me know. I'd love to talk about them. This is the stuff that I love to talk about the most. So let me know how you're doing in your life. Peace.